Alright, I think college athletes should get paid because I feel like they perform better, and not only do I think it would help them with like financial and stuff like that, but I also think they like feel more comfortable in living situations and things like that. I mean, I think it's more about the little things, and then I think they would be better off, and I think the rule will get changed soon. And it might not be this year or next year, but it could be in the next 5 years. But I think it'll happen sooner or later.
I feel like college athletes should be paid because I know, based on my personal experiences playing sports, I know it takes a lot of hard work and effort, and they really do put in a lot of work. And even the college athletes, they're put in over 40 hours a week sometimes, and it's just like they're a regular employee. And I feel like they're doing all this for nothing because some teams don't even get the chance to make it to like a bowl game if you play football, or the March Madness if you're basketball. And it's just not guaranteed that you're going to win the championship every year. And I just feel like these players feel like they get nothing out of that after that. So that's my opinion on it.
Alright, so my opinion on paying college athletes is that when I play sports, I'd already know that if I got paid, then I'd play harder. So, and based on the research that I've found, one of the websites says that most college players don't get paid enough, and even if they do get paid, they aren't able to buy everyday accessories like clothes and food since they're out on the road and like playing half the year, like out of school. So yeah.
So um, what's your idea on paying, like athletes being paid? Do you think they should or should not be?
I don't think I have a super strong opinion either way, but I get the sense that, they want these athletes to make money while they're in college, and I'm not sure if that's what we need to be shooting for. As an example, if you take somebody else's a different career path, if they excel academically and they're really strong in their academics, not only do they get sometimes they'll get scholarships, but the best of them will even get stipends. So an example, you're in school, you don't have to pay for books, you don't have to pay for classes. In addition to that, you have enough money to cover your apartment, your food, and the best of the best of the best. They may even have some left over to like cover a car payment or gas, or so more than just you have enough money to cover your apartment, your food, and the best of the best of the best. They may even have some left over to like cover a car payment or gas, or so more than just enough to live on. If they go that way with college athletes, I could see that being okay. But I think the system has failed everyone if college athletes, no matter how good they are they're making bank going to college. Going to college, being a college athlete. Because I think that we've, in a sense, lied to the system. We have colleges for a purpose, and that purpose is to educate people. And I know that athletics are a lot of the bread and butter of all that process, but I think that if we're putting the cart before the horse when people are making good money through college athletics. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Alright, so how do you feel about college athletes getting paid?
I think they should get paid, but it should be a certain amount for every school. Every school should have a different amount of money because of their size or their, like the power conference that they're in.
Do you think like it should be based on like, if they did get paid, do you think it would be based on like performance of the player, or just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think it should be based on performance of the player. I think it should just be like a flat rate for everybody.
Yeah.
Because from the best player to the worst player, even if they don't play or not play, it should just be one flat rate.
How do you feel about college athletes being paid?
I do not think they should be paid. They go there to be student athletes, and a lot of those scholarships are $30,000 or $40,000 a year scholarships. They get food, they get books, they get a great education, and they have a lot of opportunities that they can, do. Now, the one thing they should be able to do is they should have some off time during the summers where they can make some money on their own, so they can have some petty cash around. But as far as getting paid, I don't think they should. They're not professionals. If they want to be professionals, they can choose the term professional.
Yeah, because I was like, we were looking at some like statistics, and they said like they work or they practice like over 40 hours a week. And, like, I don't know,
The NCAA has some new guidelines they put in on how much they can practice. I'm not sure what those numbers are. They don't pertain to high school, but I know they have certain hours. But I know those, like the basketball, U of L, I know they get up and they do some 5 o'clock workouts pretty regular. Then they go to class, and then they come back and they do like their afternoon practice, a regular practice. So they're lifting and running and doing stuff in the morning, and then doing regular practice in the afternoon. That's pretty much their schedule year round. So it's hard to work, go to class, be a student, and do all that unless they do that in the summer. And then they're all probably playing AAU camps and leagues and stuff in the summer, so it makes it difficult.
We decided to interview other people and see what their opinions are on the subject instead of professionals, because we wanted to go out and see what the regular sports fan would think, I guess you could say. And here's what we got.
Alright, so what is your opinion on college athletes? Like, if they should get paid or not, besides scholarship money?
Frankly, I really don't think they should, because in a lot of ways I think you could consider the scholarship money itself as being a form of income. So in a certain sense, they're getting paid by having their scholarship to begin with. Frankly, I think it kind of cuts out the meaning of ultimately why you're involved in sports in college, which is ultimately there for the education rather than purely the income. I mean, obviously, it would really only probably be able to apply to a couple of sports, the football and basketball, rather than, I don't know what you do with the kids that play college golf or run track or row or something like that, because you're obviously not going to have enough money to pay everyone. And frankly, I just don't think that it's a can of worms that the NCAA or the individual colleges and universities want to get into.
It was a great experience for him. We were excited. I mean, being a football family, it's something that we had anticipated and looked forward to. I remember what signing day was like for him, and going over to the high school, and there's only a small percentage of athletes, high school athletes, that go on to play college ball, and so you're one of the elite, even if you make it, even if you get there, you're definitely one of the elite that you may not play, obviously, but it's always a good experience. And with my son, he went, and in the first year, they went to the championship game, and they lost, but it was a great experience for him. He came home with a ring, and it's something he'll carry with him for the rest of his life. To be honest with you, college athletes or college sports is a business. Okay, bottom line is someone is getting paid. All right, and with our increasing interest in college sports, I mean, it's a perfect time right now. We have March Madness going on. I believe that they should get paid. Obviously, not as professional athletes should get paid, but you should not have a college athlete to make millions of dollars for a network or for a program, and he goes back to his dorm and he doesn't have enough money to feed himself. That's ridiculous. So I do believe that they should have some type of compensation. Compare, again, because it's a business, you compare apples to apples, and you're looking at how much the university is making marketing and merchandising, and there's no comparison. I mean, that person absolutely should be compensated somewhat. Now again, they should not be paid in such a way that they lose focus of why they're there in the first place, which is to get their education. That is why they're called student athletes. But at the same time, they should be compensated, even if they're compensated in phases. So for example, they get a certain amount of money while they're in school, and once they're in phases. So for example, they get a certain amount of money while they're in school, and once they graduated or moved on or ended their college career, they will be paid in a second phase.
Okay. And do you think it'd be more beneficiary for college athletes to be paid well?
Is it more beneficiary? I'm not sure if I understand your question.
Like, would do you think it would help in the long run? Like, does that make sense? Like, if they did get paid.
Like some college athletes, as you know, come from like low income areas.
Absolutely.
So
A large percentage
yeah.
of them
So like we know that because of that statement of like parents not being able to send as much money to their children as they can, like trying to like rake in as much.
Sure.
Do you think like the college should
You know, what I think I hear you asking is whether or not it's fair and does it benefit the community. And I would say absolutely it benefits the community. I think what benefits the community more though is to see those student athletes graduate from college with a degree. And then they can go back into those communities and help people that are there. And not only say that, hey, I played college ball, but I also got a degree which is going to last me
Right, so I think that quote from Adrian Peterson actually means a lot, because I mean he was the best player in college football at that time, and in college football when he played college football, and I think that quote coming from him means a lot because, I mean, it basically says he wouldn't, give it any money or anything when most like good players, good like him, are getting money under the table or something like that. But I mean, I think him saying that quote really means a lot, and it shows that they should change the rule, and they should make it to where, they should make it to where they're getting paid at least a little bit, just to, get out of the dorms and get an apartment and whatnot. I just think that would be more beneficiary for everybody.